Woo! Today's going to be an interesting one. Today we're going to be talking about acquisitions. Now, for those of you that's been following this channel for a little bit, you know that I kind of went away from talking about acquisitions, especially about Xbox. Do I feel like they should go out and buy companies after ABK? Probably not. I feel like right now is that transitioning time where they need to really figure out how they want to run as a company with all these individual branches. Now, clearly with, the direction they're going in, whether or not they're going to be doing more third-party activity, maybe it is a good thing to purchase other companies. But as of right now, until we know more information about that, I would say I'm against it completely. I want them to straighten out the kinks they have right now and not necessarily add more issues they have currently. But I have been very vocal about if it makes sense and if Microsoft should buy it, then I do agree with it. For a while now, there's not a lot. I think I would agree if a Sega purchased. You guys know how I am. I love that Sega energy. And I would love it if they bought Sega. But clearly that's probably not going to happen. But I woke up to this morning and I see Embracer Group selling more stuff. And it's looked like they're selling IPs. They just recently sold Saber. Embracer Group looks like they may well just get out of the industry entirely. I don't know what's going on with that, but it's interesting nonetheless. But there's stuff that they own that I feel like we as a community need to talk about. Crystal Dynamics. Elias Montreal. I believe I'm saying that right. I hope I didn't butcher that name right. They make the Deus Ex games, and Crystal Dynamics, obviously, they make the Tomb Raider games. Now, I'm unaware if Embracer Group owns the IP of Tomb Raider. I'll have to do a little bit more research. Put in the comment section below if they definitely own it. I did Google it, and it did look like they did own it, but it's just curious on that matter. So when it comes to Crystal Dynamics and Elias Montreal, I do believe these companies to be bought by Microsoft. There's a variety of reasons. Now, I think Tomb Raider needs to be bought with them and show the Deus Ex collection, that company, that IP needs to be bought, because I do feel these individual studios are used to making good games already, so it would make sense to pick them up. Obviously, they could help with other ones. The biggest portion right now is I think Crystal Dynamics and the Initiative need to be merged into one studio. They could even merge their names. I don't know. I feel like Crystal Dynamics and the Initiative need to be one studio, and they rotate from, you guessed it, Perfect Dark to Tomb Raider, or have two teams simultaneously making each game, and then they come together and help the other game when it's close to being finished. There's a variety of ways they can do it. Elias Montreal was reported that they were actually helping Playground Games with Fable. So I think that's another scenario where we need to really look into this. I just don't want a situation where another company buys these studios and it puts the company that's helping them at a huge disadvantage. To me, if I was Microsoft, I would buy both of these studios and just merge them with the studios that they're making now. Let them have two teams, pretty much the vets of each. So the vets of Crystal Dynamics and the vets of the Initiative, and then the vets of Playground Games and the vets of Elias Montreal, and just let them make those original IPs, and then they have like that group effort that they're working on one game while the other ones are working on the other. I don't want no skip the beat moments. And I think right now we're going to have a skip the beat moment. If Playground Games loses the assistance of Ultra Montreal, I'm kind of curious if that's going to hurt the development cycle of Fable. We don't know what this studio is doing for the company. And if Embracer Group is leaking money to the degree that Embracer Group is leaking and they're willing to sell, go ahead and do it. I believe that this is a right move for Microsoft. Buy both of those studios. You can keep them as independent studios. We don't even need to merge them. but at least help them get past the floor. Now, obviously, they own IPs. You know, I think Microsoft should reach to their hand in the cookie jar and pick up some popular IPs that they own. Microsoft has all these studios, and I feel like popular IPs, or not even popular, just average IPs, would be good if they bought that from Embracer Group. I would really appreciate if they did buy Crystal, that they made sure that they were able to snatch that Tomb Raider IP. Crystal Dynamics has been effective making that IP for a while now, so I think they would be the right choice to make another Tomb Raider game. You know, especially if they're going back and forth, making Tomb Raider Perfect Dark, Tomb Raider Perfect Dark. Maybe a new IP once they do that a couple times, prove that they can do it. I just don't want Fable and Perfect Dark being affected if someone else bought them. I mean, worst case scenario, Sony buys them. Nah, I don't know if Sony has the, you know, I don't know if they're lucrative enough to do this, but they buy Crystal Dynamics just so they know that Microsoft isn't being aided by them anymore. Now, obviously, with this whole third-party stuff, they might not even care what Crystal Dynamics is making. And not to mention, at the end of the day, at the very core is talent. Crystal Dynamics and Ultimate Metro, they all have talent. And I think that's something you really need to look at, Microsoft. You need to get the best talent you can in the industry. Obviously, right now, with the way work from home is going, that's an avenue you can look at. You can look at so many aspects when it comes to these two particular studios, and I'm just curious what you guys have to say about it. Do you think this is something that they should even look at? Now, obviously, they don't need it. Let's make that clear now. They do not need these two studios, but it would help. I'm worried about what happens if you know, Embracer Group just dissolves it. Clearly, there's probably some form of, you know, contract going between the two. So there's probably not even no necessarily need of worrying about this. But what happens afterwards, man? You know, if these two studios are working good together, Microsoft should just get on the phone and just buy them. Get this taken care of, get this done. That would be the best case scenario in my opinion. I don't know. What do you guys feel, man? Put in the comment section below. Do you guys feel like they need these studios? If you enjoyed the video, definitely hit that like button. It's always appreciated. You can always sub to the channel for weekly content. You know, we try to deliver that content weekly for you guys. I really appreciate all the support I've been getting, man. You know, definitely follow me on Twitter, Lord Addict ILP. I do a streaming channel known as the Addict Arena. All that be in the description below. And until next time, you guys, this is Gaming Addict. I'm out of here. Peace. This has been a crazy week, man. This has been a crazy year for gaming. Bad year, good year all around. See you guys later.